Happy afternoon, everyone. And thank you, Krista, for joining me in this inspiring coffee talk. We met each other about 2 years ago, starting from 2019. This is 2019. Krista, you still remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first joined Women Business, and in one of the events, I get to know you. Since then, I have been following you. I don't know whether you know me.
Of
So,
course, you won't be sad. Still
and,
remember.
I am I look up at you as someone as like my role model because I love the way you have this multiplier effect. So this is something that I really look up to you. So let
Oh,
me
thank
do
you.
some
Thank you.
yeah, something that you don't know that I want to tell you today. All right,
Okay.
let me do some introduction for Krista first. All right, Krista Goon is the co-owner for the Redbox Studio with 22 years of experience in copywriting and also marketing. Her company helps entrepreneurs and also SME owners to increase their visibility, their credibility, and also their profitability. So her specialty is in creating a strong and compelling, plus together is authentic storytelling in for the clients. So besides developing all the website made for marketing, Krista is also the author for the Web Wisdom, a book that she co-wrote together with her business partner, Nick Sim. So now, Krista, she is also the co-founder and advisor for Women Business. This is where we met. All right. And this Women Business is a woman entrepreneur organization in Penang. Then, which led to her nomination for the Great Woman of Our Time in the year of 2008. So she was its president starting from 2012 to 2016. And now, in the last year, 2019, she was awarded with a full scholarship by the US-based East-West Center to participate in a 2-week leadership program for the Asia Pacific women leaders in Hawaii. So that's the very, very wonderful experience for her. When she is not busy mentoring all the women's entrepreneurs or taking care of the clients, she loves to read the books. I need to read from my notes here. Is she loved the book by Haruki Murakami. All right, it's a very special name for me because I haven't encountered the author before, and also the Terry Pratchett, and also the James Michener. All right, so that's just the three author that she loves so much. And there's something that I don't know until she wrote for me is she has a personal blog about soup. She loved all the soup, all the kind of different soup that she loved. This is called the soup queen. If you go to type soup queen, you will get her. Soup queen, queen as in king and queen. All right. And her other favorite thing that she loved to do is to listen to the business podcast while exercise or cooking. And welcome, Krista.
Thank you, Joyce, for that interesting introduction to me, a business side as well as a personal side. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, the soup queen part is a bit of a low profile for me because I don't really talk about that. But yeah, it's soup queen because that's a different story to that. But we won't take up that time to talk about soup queen here.
Okay, next time we can talk about, I will invite you back to talk about all the TCM herbs because personally, I trust and believe in all the herbs too. All right, and let's go for this one. As I mentioned just now, you help entrepreneur, also SME owners to leverage on their website to help them to increase their credibility, visibility, plus their profitability. So now is in this technology world, we do have all types of information. When we want to know someone product or services, we can directly go and find Mr. Google. Then we get all the information right here. So can I ask all this thing is, can you share with us why our website is way more important with the social media that we have? We have all the social media account like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, or anything that we have. why our website is way much more important.
Okay, so I think this is quite a age-old question, I would say, because everyone is debating whether should I get a website, should I just have a Facebook page. So to me, I think the question is not whether you should have one or the other. The question is, how are you going to use a website? How are you going to use a social media page, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I always tell business owners, especially business owners, because we need publicity, we need visibility, right?
Yes.
So the most important thing is think of a website as your headquarters. So that is where it is your own online real estate
Yes.
that people can come and visit and find out more about you, your business, your services, everything about you. Okay, so that's really your online real estate. But do not also disregard your Facebook page, your Instagram, whatever that you want to be in. Don't disregard the social media, because those are basically channels or pipelines that drive the people. I don't like to use the word traffic, because traffic just makes makes the people seem insignificant. Yeah, like traffic, right? So I don't like to use the word traffic, because I think traffic is overused. I like to use the word people, because these are the places where they will help you attract people. So people could be your customers, people could be even potential employees or interns, or people who could be your potential partners, collaborators, to find out more about you at your website. So you can still use a website, you can still use your Facebook page, but know that both have different functions and both are meant for different things. So if you use your Facebook page and all that, I see a lot of people do this. They focus entirely on using their Facebook, but they forget to draw the people back to their website. And this is really, really sad, because you're basically playing in Facebook's playground, and you're not getting them to go and find out more about you on your website. So to me, the easiest way to think of it is this: have your Facebook, have your Pinterest, your Instagram, TikTok, whatever you want, or even your YouTube. But remember, at the end of the day, that all these are pipelines, pathways to bring people who are interested in you, your business, your service, your product, and bring them back to your website. So to me, that is the way we should think about this whole online marketing system, because otherwise you're losing out. I mean, you're happily telling people about stuff on Facebook, but you never bring them back to where it matters most, which is actually your website. Yeah. So that's my short and succinct answer to why we need both, but both play different roles. Yeah.
Because I can see that so many people, they concentrate in a Facebook, and I always think, if let's say one day the Facebook account is no longer there, so what about all our content, all our community people that together with us for so long, that we don't even have any connection with them anymore if the Facebook account just disappeared like this? Okay. So that's what I think why website also definitely is the headquarters for our product and also our services. So now can we let's explore on how to use our website to market our product and also our services. So what are the key factors when we want to build our website, right? What are the key factors that we need to take care when we are in the process of building our website?
Okay, so I think one of the key things is for us in Redbox Studio, we often focus on marketing, because we believe that a website is definitely your marketing platform and your marketing tool. And you need to have this, I would say, this perspective first before you even start developing or thinking of having a website. Because if you think a website is just an online brochure, you will forever treat it as an online brochure, and there will be nothing happening, because a brochure is just a brochure, right? It's just there, it's static, there's nothing happening, you don't need to update, there's nothing really exciting about it. But if you take the perspective that a website is your marketing tool, your marketing platform, your marketing asset, then you start thinking differently. Then you start thinking, okay, in order to use this as a marketing platform, an asset for myself and my business, what must I do, right? So the first thing that I always encourage business owners to do is to ask yourself some questions before you even get started in hiring a website developer or designer or even doing it yourself, because there's so many ways you can do it, right? Is to ask yourself, who are you really targeting?
Target audience.
Yeah, who are you really targeting? And to people who say that I target everyone, that's the wrong answer, actually, by the way. You don't target everyone. You target a specific group or kind of people that you want to connect with, because we aren't going out there to help everyone, because we only help a specific kind of person, right? So for us in Redbox Studio, we help business owners. So we know, but even business owners can be drilled down into many, many categories. Can be micro entrepreneurs, can be SME owners, so there are different types of businesses. So we must know who we are targeting, because then your message becomes clearer when you're developing or working with a web designer, right? So that's the first one. So a lot of people make this mistake of thinking, I target everyone. Just because I can sell a product, I will target the whole wide world. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. But it's a good start to have a conversation about why you target everyone. So we target specific people. So ask yourself, who do you target, and drill down, be very specific. So because I also do mentoring, business mentoring, so I help my mentees think about this question deeply, like, who are you really targeting? What kinds of people? And if you can't even think of that, think about attributes. What attributes do they have? What issues, what kinds of things that they're undergoing a day to day? Okay, for instance, being a parent, right? Some people do target parents, but even parents can be further drilled down to single parents, divorced parents, single moms, single moms with kids, single moms, that kind of thing, with special kids. So you can still drill down. So these kinds of, I would call it segmenting of your customers, allow you to convey a clearer message when you are going to develop your website. Okay, so that's the first one. Who's your target market, right? The second one is very important, is what problems are you solving for your target market? Yeah, because if there's no issue, problem, or concern, why do they need to buy a product or service, or hire you, or work with you? So if you don't have that even identified, there's no need to do any kind of marketing, because these two things are the most, to me, I would say these are the most important things that can drive any kind of marketing that you're doing. So whether you're talking about website, creating your own brochure, even going on Facebook, then because it just say, for instance, you're targeting parents with special children, then which specific Facebook group or Facebook page that you can join if you want to join a group of, on Facebook, or where you're going to advertise, right? I mean, you're not going to advertise to the whole wide world. You're going to advertise to parents, but even so, you may want to drill down to advertising to parents with special children. So, and where are these special children? So then it allows you to think, okay, I can be more targeted and creative with my advertising, because I really know. Okay, so that's where I think, what problems are you solving? So for instance, just say if I am selling sensory toys for special children, I could be a parent or a teacher. I'm targeting parents or teachers. So then I know that I have a product, I have something that I can offer to these people. Why? Because maybe special children need to learn how to touch and feel, right? And during this play session that parents or teachers have with the kids, they get to learn better. They are, in a way that you can supply the toy or that particular product that meets their needs. So then they're able to see you as a solution provider for them. So that's why I say that if you can answer these two questions very clearly, and sometimes it doesn't have to be very difficult. It's just one customer segment, one product or one service. That's it. If you start with this basic thing, you would have a lot of your marketing settled.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just the two main things. Yeah. Our target audience. What I always make my mentor teach me about avatar. This is the avatar. I need to describe the avatar. in a very, very detailed way. Who is this person? Who is she or he? Then even her age or what she like, what she dislike, what is in her attribute, like what you mentioned just now. Love
Yeah.
it. So that's the why. Okay, we now shift a little bit. We know that what is a thing that we need to include. We know our target audience and we know what the problems that we need to help them to solve. When it comes to the website, we need to convert our message into the writing form, which is
Mm.
a copywriting, which is
Yeah.
your expertise. You help your clients to really zoom down into the way that can tell them a story. Then now, if someone that would love to start their own website, they need to write down a little bit on their own story, their journey. So what is your tips to them? How to write a copy that can attract their potential customer?
Okay, so for this one, I think the main thing that, again, I like to start with context. The context is that you will write from the perspective of your potential customer. You're taking the perspective of potential customer. Okay, so instead of, because a lot of times as business owners, we always think like, yes, this is my product, I want to sell this product, I want to sell this because it's so fantastic. Yes, of course it's fantastic, it has to be fantastic, otherwise you wouldn't be out there selling a product. But when we're talking about writing for the website, right, we want to stop thinking as a business owner, because if we start thinking as business owners, all you ever see is everything that's so fabulous about the product, the service, what you want to offer. Great, that's fine. But you forgot that the other side is the buyer. The other side is the prospect or the customer. And then the customer's perspective is also as important, because right now we are trying to connect you to your customer. So my biggest recommendation is this: start to imagine yourself as the customer.
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine a customer. So if you're in business already, this would be pretty easy for many people to do. So just take a step back and think, okay, now if I'm buying from myself, okay, I have to think of me as a buyer. But if you just say you don't have, just say you're right now, you're just starting out, you don't even have a single customer. So what do? So you have to go and talk to people who are buying already products or services that are similar to yours. Not exactly, but similar, right? So you can talk to them and just kind of quickly survey and ask them a couple of questions like, what you're looking for, why do you want to buy this service, things like that. So when you take the perspective of your customer, you already are asking some questions.
Yes.
Okay. So when you ask those questions, make sure you write down the answers. Ask the questions.
Write down.
Write down the answers that they tell you. Okay, just say right now you have a customer, right? And you go and say, hey, I'm doing this survey and I want to find out more about why you buy from me. So when you ask the questions, make sure you write down what they say. Okay, what this specific customer says.
Yes.
So once you have, just say maybe you survey 3 to 5 customers, and then you look at what they are telling you about why they buy from you. From there, you may be able to detect a few common things that they keep saying about your product or service. For instance, maybe it's very easy to deal with you, or I love how you make me feel very, very, special every time you do this talk for me or you sell this product to me. Or I love the way, how you add in one special item every time I order from you and you ship to me the item and there's a special trial or sample. So these are the things that you start coming out. So these are the things that should be on your website, because now you want to write your website to attract the people that you want to attract, right? Your prospects and customers. So use these key phrases, words that they use about you, because these are exactly what your customers are talking about you. So that's one. So use those kind of methods to basically, you're mirroring. You are basically a mirror. Your website is a mirror that tells them exactly what other people have already said about you. So talk in that way. That will be very helpful, because I think a lot of people have this problem. Is like, what do I write, right? I mean, especially if you have a website, what do I write about myself? What do I write about my products? And it's like, it sounds a bit too much like bragging, or it sounds too much like, I'm saying all the lovely things about myself. But I do not know whether the market says this thing or my customer says these things about me. So what you're trying to do right now is not even to go into your own mind and think about that. go into your customer's mind and ask them the questions.
Yes.
And of course, when you're writing your content, eliminate the questions, of course, because you can't put the question and the answer. Eliminate the questions, but group all the answers together and see whether you can form paragraphs from it, form certain categories, what it tell you about your product and service. So that will actually help you then think, okay, maybe this paragraph goes well into my maybe homepage, or maybe this section will go well into maybe about the product. Maybe somebody says, oh, I love your product does this for me. So then you can use those exact words
Yeah.
in your website. So this is the simplest way I can think of for people who are like stumped, like, I don't know what to write. I have no idea what to say about myself. This is the way to write it.
Go and ask people, right? We
Ask
can
people.
go and ask.
Yeah.
Then we collect a word. Then for me, I love to do the word cloud. Cloud. So let's say I got 100, ask 100 people about this product. Then I have the word cloud. What is the most dominant thing that they always say? It's something. It's so fun to have. You see the word cloud. It's a fun way too. So for right now, remember, for all those people that remember to write down, because you may forgot what are the keywords that they say, or you just want to, record it down. If you feel like now we want to use all the technology, use your phone to record it down. So at least you can repeat and go and listen it out. Okay, so now I want to ask, if let's say is anybody that they are new to this world, they want to create a website. They want to create, they don't have a lot of budget to hire someone to help them to build a website. And they would love to go for a free or within their budget kind of website. Do you have any recommendation that you can recommend them to start with something from the scratch?
Okay. So a lot of times we believe that there are lots of people out there. When they first start in business, they really do want to have a website. And I think that is a great way to start, because you always must nail down your own online real estate first before you even go out and do other things. Okay. So I have 3 recommendations. One is, of course, I'm sure you have heard of Wix, right? Wix.com.
Yes.
Okay, Wix.com. The second one is Weebly. Weebly is another one. Okay. And the third one is Squarespace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Squarespace.
So why I recommend these website builders versus just say WordPress, okay, is because when most of us who start out in business, we are not very technical. And I believe that if you're not technical, and if you're trying to, yes, some of people will tell you that it's very easy, WordPress is easy, but it's not as easy as you think it is. Okay, it's easy probably if you have a programming background, or you know how to figure out how certain parts work within the dashboard of WordPress. But if you're not, and you don't want to frustrate, because the first thing is, if you ever frustrate yourself the first time you're trying to set up your website, you will give up. Right? And you give up and say, I forget about it. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to go and start a Facebook page. I'm going to start a Facebook page. It's easier for me that way, right? Rather than just, So I don't recommend WordPress, not unless, of course, you have maybe a background in computer science, or you know how to do programming, or know how to fix certain problems when they do happen inside WordPress. If you are just the person who I want to set it up, I just want to put some content, like pictures and words, and talk a little bit about myself and my customers, it's best to start with website builders that are more user-friendly and more like drag and drop, or it already has templates for you. Basically, it's just for you to, templates for you to just, okay, even if you get stuck, there's some template you can use, and straight away you have something. And you don't have to worry about, oh my God, how do I connect this to this? I don't know how to put this thing together. So to me, know yourself first, what you want from setting a website. If you want to set up a website to get visibility for your business, start with the easiest path. Don't try to be a programmer or a designer and try to do everything, and then after that give up, and then there goes your website. And then you have a bad experience with the website, and then you'll never touch it again. So start with a simple software, simple tools. And also, because all these are the ones that I mentioned, Wix, Weebly, and Squarespace, they have tutorials online. So even if you ever get stuck, go and watch the tutorial. Go and learn how to do what we call the visual front end. Don't fiddle with so much of the back end, because the back end is really a separate universe by itself. It's a universe
No
of
way for me to go there also. There's no way.
yeah. Yeah. So if you're afraid of technical stuff and you think that website is going to be hard, try simpler tools. Make your life easy, because all you want to do, your objective is to get your website set up so that people will know about your business.
Yes.
And connect with you and contact you, right? Not for any other reason, that you don't want to prove to the world that you're a very good web designer or a programmer.
Yes, at least this is a great start, something like with template. So just now, Krista gave Wix.com, Weebly, and also Squarespace. This is the three recommendation from Krista. I think Krista, just now, before our session, I did discuss with you, do you want to share a website that you designed so that we still have some little bit of time?
Okay.
That'd be good.
Yes, that
Yeah.
will be good. Let me
So
share with you.
you can explain in a way that just now I will say we target audience and also what are the problems that we want to help our target audience to solve, and a little bit of explanation from them.
Okay, great. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Can see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this one is a big shout out to my client and my friend and my co-founder for Women Biz Sense, Josephine Yong. She has been my client for I think since 2005. And
Wow.
over those how many years, her website has gone through many iterations, because of course, as businesses grow, they have different needs. So this is actually a most recent iteration of her website, of her business website, because she now wanted to start selling online. So in the past, she never had that idea, because she always felt it was very difficult, very complicated. So because of MCO, we came up with a package that we proposed to her, and she said, yeah, this is a time maybe for her to really think of that, because that at that time, and even probably now, retail is not as vibrant as it was before. People still have fears of walking into a store or a shop or a mall. So this came at the right time, and that's where, when we told her, she was very excited to use this for herself and a business. So I just want to show you briefly, like this is how the websites usually are like. And so I want to show you that right off the front here, the homepage here, we already describe what the business is about. Many times people don't describe their business, and most people who visit the website will be like, where's this business? What do they do? So sometimes you go to a certain website and then you realize that after you visited the website or a couple of pages, you still don't know what the website is, what the business is doing. Like you're scratching your head thinking, okay, what do they do exactly? So in terms of copywriting, or even this is for marketing purposes, be very clear, because the homepage could be the only page that the person visits. We assume that people will click on home, about, all this other stuff, but that's from our perspective, right? Because we want people to visit all our pages. But for that one person who comes in, the person must know, is this the right website for me? If it isn't, I'm going to leave, right? It only takes 5 seconds for me to make that decision. So here, right off, we show you, okay, first, of course, you see the tagline, quality education toys and books in Penang, okay? And picture of the kids and the toddlers.
Yeah.
So you're at a page where, it's all about kids and family and toddlers. And then you see also the value proposition. What is it? It's an educational toys and educational toy store and bookshop, located along Selamat, Penang, Malaysia. Straight off, it is in Penang, Malaysia. You don't have to worry or wonder where it is, okay? And what does it offer? It offers unique and high quality educational children's toys and books, including carefully selected special needs toys for special needs educators and therapists. So this is what I'm talking about when we talk about what customer segment you're looking at and what problems do you solve. So this is actually to solve a problem that sometimes, if your parents, you have special needs kids, you may want certain toys to help them, right? So then straight off is shop at our online store. So you can click and get to her store. So further down, again, we repeat that. So in websites, I think part of the thing, most people think that why are some websites just keep repeating certain things? And the reason why we do that is because not everyone visits every single page is one. Two
Mhm.
is that people may read certain things and they may still not get it the first time.
Yeah.
They may need, a certain, like, you just scroll further down and then, oh, okay, now I get it. I know what they're trying to tell me, or show me, right?
Mhm.
So at least here is more of a explanation, a further explanation of what this particular business does.
Yeah.
And at the bottom, again, we highlight certain parts of the business. We want people to, even if they come to only the homepage and never visit any other page within this website, they would know what this website is all about. So one is that they do offer children's workshops and programs, especially their own signature Fintegrity workshops. They offer educational toys and special needs toys. And
Mhm.
of course, the shop online is because it leads directly to their online shop within the website itself. So all in all, when you see this website, you would say, okay, now I know what they do. And
Mhm.
if I'm interested, if I'm a parent, I'm a teacher or a special needs therapist, I
Mhm.
would find out more.
Yeah.
So that part of it is that to make it really clear what you're doing and who you're doing it for.
Yes. Love
And that
this
was,
website so much.
yeah. And then,
Particularly love a sentence. If we can go back to the front, Krista,
yeah,
to the front,
this
the
one,
tagline. There is a tagline there. The front again, up, up, up.
up, 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 up.
Da, da, da.
Okay.
I love this. Every child is a potential leader. I love this so much. Yes.
Yeah. So sometimes these are the things that you wouldn't know until, just say, you talk to the client and the client tells you what her customers are telling you, and
Mm.
then you will be able to find out certain keywords or key phrases.
Yeah.
And the other thing, maybe if I have time, a little bit more time, I just want to go into this about page.
Let's go. Go.
Yeah, to show you a little bit about what I mean by storytelling.
Yes.
Okay, again, we repeat your one-stop educational toy shop.
Mm.
Um, and of course, we want to showcase the person, right? So
Yeah.
because as a business owner, sometimes it's very easy to assume that we should be very impersonal in our websites. And to us, I mean, to me especially, because I deal so much with content and so much with communications and marketing, I
Mhm.
believe that today, more than ever,
Mhm.
you need to talk about your own personal story as an entrepreneur, as a business owner,
Yes.
and the why. I know you've also read Simon Sinek, right? Start with why.
Yeah.
So why was Precious Ones set up as a business?
Mm.
What is the reason that made her, one day decided, okay, I'm going to start this business selling educational toys and books. So if you can have that story on your website, that would actually make a lot of people stop and read and find out more. And to me, that is marketing, because marketing is not just about telling people how fabulous and how fantastic, the kinds of stuff that you do, as a business owner for your customers, but it's also your own personal story. And if your own personal story is strong enough, and to me, I say strong meaning authentic. I don't mean strong as you embellish it with all the things that are not true about you. I always believe that if you want to tell a story, tell it your own way, and make sure your story is you, and people who read it online and people who meet you offline would
Mm.
say, hey, that's the same person. Okay, it's not like the person online is a different person and the person,
Yes.
it's like doesn't match, right?
Yeah.
So always the story must match, and the story must be really really from that person. So I mean, since I know Josephine for so long, we co-founded Women Business together. I know why she started it, and this is the story that I decided that should be highlighted on her website because it's powerful. And
Yeah.
if you're a parent or a teacher who feels as strongly about children
Mhm.
and teaching and education, you would also, be, how should I say, be more connected to her when
Yeah.
you're looking at this website, rather than just, oh, this is another website, selling toys and books. That's it. But this is a true person, a real
Yeah.
person with a real
Really.
story. Yeah. And a real reason for starting a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Very beautiful website with the pictures. I love the pictures. The
Yeah, the
love for
pictures.
children.
Yeah, children, and so colorful, right? I mean, that's a good thing about having a toy store is that all your products are so colorful, and you have some things to show.
Yes.
Yeah, and so and here, of course, we highlighted again there are therapy toys for children, special children, so that if parents suddenly come into this page and realize that maybe they missed out on the homepage itself, at this page itself they are still reminded. So sometimes online people think why they keep repeating certain things over a couple of pages. It's because people don't read a website like a book. You may read a book from front to back, okay, but most people will only check out a couple of pages of your website if you're really lucky lah. Unless the person is really interested in your stuff, and then the person will go through every single page.
Yeah.
And that is also why I say a lot of people ask me, in today's day and age, when people are so visual, do you think people will actually stop and read? I mean, especially long content on websites. And I say that if you're the person who is really concerned and really wants to buy, you will spend it.
Yes.
Unless you're not interested, unless you're not a parent, you're not a teacher, you don't have kids, you don't really care for therapy toys. I mean, you wouldn't, right? But if you're interested, you will read, and more than read, you will check everything out, and then you will contact them, and then you go to the store. So that's my personal recommendations for people is always always share, keep repeating the same thing, and always share your personal story.
Yes, love it so much. It's a very beautiful website. And also, yes, I'm so glad that Josephine has this place that the toys, because personally I also know Josephine from the BBS.
Yeah.
And it's glad that she has all this, especially for special children, that they may need something that other places do not offer. So it's a very great place that we have. So now, Krista, maybe you would stop share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for your sharing. So great. We have so many information right here. And I also know that today you prepare something that you want to share with public right now. I'll pull up a little bit on this. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, while you are sharing. Hold on. Okay, got it. Okay, this is the thing that you want to share. Can you share with us?
Okay. So this is a book that I wrote with Nick, my business partner, who's also my husband. We wrote this book called Web Wisdom because a lot of times business owners or even people who want to start businesses, when they hear that we are in web design, they always have a lot of it's like this lah, right? People have a lot of questions like, how is it technical? How do I do it? If I want to do it myself, and all this kind of stuff. And I say, yeah, we have so many questions over the years. We've been around since 1998. I joined my husband in business in 2004. So I myself have been in business for 16 years. So all these years, people come up to us and ask us questions, and we have so many answers. We have so many answers. And then one day we decided we should write it in a book so that it's one place they can get all the answers. And it's also a way for us to show that there are certain things you need to do before you get started. Like I shared earlier, right? Like you need to start thinking about marketing. A lot of times, and this is why in a way we're slightly different from other web design companies, is that we talk about marketing first, even before we talk about a website. Because a website is just one of the ways that your marketing can go out. Yes. Otherwise, there's no way. And today, because digital is so powerful, if you're not using a website in the correct way or in the way they should be used, then you're really losing out on a lot of things that could be happening for your business. So we wrote this book so that people could learn our thoughts, our perspectives on what we mean by websites made for marketing. And for people who are watching or listening to this, you can get to read 2 chapters for free. Just go to webwisdombook.com and you can download the 2 free chapters.
Yeah, scroll down a little bit. You get this opt-in page, the page. You put in your name and your email, then Krista will send directly to your email.
Yeah.
Wait one, because I already read that. All right. So if audience want to know more about you, so this is the place that they can go, right? So you want to
Yeah.
talk more about this?
Yeah, so rebelstudio.com is our business website where we have a lot of things on the website actually. Actually, our website is coming up for a redesign. You see, even web design people also need to redesign their website.
Yeah.
So this month itself, we are redesigning a website, but this is still, of course, this is still useful. There are a lot of things you can find out more. In the past, we used to have events. Therefore, you see the events tab, but we no longer have events because we are focusing more on online. So that's where also this year itself, I'm doing more Facebook Live.
Yeah.
That's event, but it's an online event. You can find out more about us, especially if you want to know more about what's coming up. Just follow our blog and of course our Facebook page where we have not only things that we want to share with our followers and friends about web design and marketing, but sometimes we also share our client stuff or even interesting stuff that has to do with entrepreneurship and marketing and all the good stuff lah. Basically all the good stuff that helps business owners grow and prosper and thrive.
Yeah, go to this Facebook page because I already liked it. And I follow Krista work all the while. And thank you so much, Krista, for your sharing today. We have read all the informations. And now, Krista and I would love to hear from you. What are the great insights? What are the number one insight that you learned from today's session and you want to take action right now today? Start from today and give your comments in the Facebook Live right now, the comments session there, and we will definitely reply to you. And thank you so much, Krista, and see you all next time. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye. Oh, Matty raised.